Tom Smith's Backcountry Angler Fly Fishing Lodge is located within a stone's throw of the Beaverhead River near Dillon, Montana. Widely known as one of the great fishing destinations in the Rocky Mountain West, it is close to not only the Beaverhead, but also the Big Hole, Madison, and Ruby Rivers, high mountain lakes and streams, and quality private waters. One of the most often asked questions is, when is the best time to fish in Montana? The answer is, whenever you can get here. We start fishing in early April and fish through the end of October. As the season progresses, the fishing is ever changing. After a productive, fun-filled day on the river, it's time to relax at the cozy Rocky Mountain-style lodge built by Tom and Mary Smith. The property is situated in a quiet setting, surrounded on 3 sides by water. A steep cliff serves as a backdrop for the lodge. The lodge's location and comfortable style clearly state you are in the heart of fly fishing the Rockies. In this DVD, we have 3 separate shows. The first 2 shows aired on the Outdoor Channel and were filmed in April on the Beaverhead and Madison Rivers. The third show was filmed on the Big Hole in August. We hope that you enjoy the DVD and that you will join us in Southwest Montana for a relaxing, fun-filled, and productive fly fishing trip. For the best trout fishing adventure, we suggest our 5-day guided fishing, 6 nights lodging package. We hope to see you soon at Backcountry Angler Fly Fishing Lodge.
Our full-service fly shop offers Sage, Sims, and Ross, among other brands, at the entry level through top of the line. Free shipping and no tax on orders over $100. Visit backcountryangler.com.
Generally, when people think of fishing for trout in Montana, they think of summertime. But this week on Familiar Waters, we're about the only boat on the water as we fish the Beaverhead in early spring. And being early pays.
Catch a lot of them right in there.
There you go. Right in there?
Yeah. Yeah, this would be the first run that we give a shot. Yeah, let's come on down here. We'll get at the bottom of this run and we'll kind of work our way back up.
Okay.
Make a few casts.
All right. Welcome to Familiar Waters. Today, we are fishing with Tom Smith's Backcountry Anglers Lodge, and we're going to do a little Montana spring fishing. Those same fish that you see here in the summer, the big, beautiful rainbows, the nice browns, are here in the winter too, or here in the spring. And you get a good shot at them without as many anglers around. So we're going to take a look. We're fishing the Beaverhead today. We're talking about brown trout, we're talking about rainbow trout, and active fish once the sun warms the water up. But it promises to be good fishing, and I'm going to go see if I can get a trout right now. Tom said he wanted to stop at one hole up top. It wasn't his honey hole, but he thought there'd probably be some good fish in it and we could take our first shot. I didn't realize that that first shot was gonna actually catch a fish. Very rarely do you catch fish on your first cast of the day, whether your shooting shows or not. And I stuck the bug in there and stuck a nice brown trout on that first cast. And I said, you know what? This is gonna be a great day. This is the first hole here, Tom. Put us on, said he's gonna just check this hole, see if there's anything working there. And right away, first cast, we're on a fish. There we go. Now that is good stuff. First cast, first fish. When it starts off that way, with the brown like that, that is great stuff.
All right.
So that's just your standard bead fish right there, huh?
Good sign.
So, and now these Montana fish in the spring, generally you're gonna be nymphing out here, right?
No, not necessarily. There's actually some pretty major caddis hatch about this time of year. And there's actually some blue-wing olives, some midges, but primarily nymphing.
Yeah, at least to start off in the cold like this.
Yep, very few people.
Yeah, it's just starting to get above freezing out here actually. My hands are still a little bit blue from it. So you're gonna get the classic crossover between that winter feel and then as it warms up during the day, of course, you might get a hatch and warm up for the day, but you can't beat it. Start off with your first cast, first fish, that easy.
All right.
It's gonna be stealing all day long.
All right, let's get on.
Yeah.
Today we're fishing the Beaverhead River, and you know, early season, April or May can be awesome fishing. I think it's probably some of the best fishing of the season. I think there's a lot of opportunities for a lot of bites. The fish tend to be not quite as educated.
There we go, there's number two.
A little bit easier to convince.
Well, not only did we catch a fish on the first cast in this hole, but we came right back. I thought, hey, great day. We started off, we got a nice brown trout to start this thing. The very second cast into this hole, and boom, we're back on another fish. It's a nice rainbow, it's fighting hard, it's an aggressive fish, it took actively, and I didn't lose it, and that's always a big plus for me. Wow. That's all right. That is 2 hookups, 3 casts, and I mean, brown trout to the rainbow. How big was he, 15?
Yeah, something like that.
Big wide tails on these fish.
Really get better.
Well, I mean, was that pretty standard for that big wide tail like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So gorgeous Montana fishing, and again, we're not here in the summer, classic summer fishing. We're just getting it kicked off. It might be over freezing right now, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we don't have ice in the guides.
Yeah. So it's just warming up. We'll be right back. We got more trout. This is the very first hole. Don't go away. There we go.
First cast.
The Beaverhead River flows out of Clark Canyon Reservoir, where it's the perfect picture of a tailwater fishery. The Beav is famous for its large aggressive trout that eat small flies. As the river flows towards the Missouri, it becomes the classic braided meadow-style trout river, and it offers great opportunity for springtime trout fishermen. So far, we'd only fished 1 hole and caught 2 fish, but Tom kept telling me about his honey hole, and I was about to see it for myself.
I've been doing this in dark levels and so forth. So you need to be kind of first run that we started in today was a pretty shallow run. It's never a place where I really catch a lot of fish, but we managed to jump out of the boat, make 1 cast, boom, we had a fish. So that was a pretty good start. It was kind of an indicator of the day.
Well, not far down the river at all was Tom's honey hole, and this was the one he wanted to get to from the boat ramp. He wanted to be the first one on the river. He wanted to hit this spot. He knew it. He was confident in it, and he said, we're going to get in there and we'll catch a few whitefish, but after that, you will get into trout. It is loaded with trout, and you can sit there and catch fish in it all day long. There we go.
First cast.
Right where you call it, Tom. It's a silver brownie. Well, what would it be with me fishing in Montana without a whitefish on the show?
All right.
Somebody gave him a hickey on the cheek.
Good sign there, Mike.
Yeah. When we got down there, sure enough, Tom was magic all day long. We got a couple whitefish, and then we got into trout. And trout, and trout, and it was fish after fish. And you could see him holding on the same thing. It was a nice, deep run. It had a bedrock shelf on the backside. It was perfect holding water for the mass of fish that was there, and there were a lot of fish in this hole. Right on the edge of that seam where the 2 currents come together, perfect holding water. This is a good fish. And the beauty about fighting fish that time of year too is the water's cold enough that there's so much oxygen in it, you don't have to really worry about hurting those fish like you do when it gets hot.
Yeah. In August, you always want to be real careful with them and get them right back in the water, and not too many pictures. But I mean, I'm always real careful. But this time of year, you don't have to be paranoid about it.
Right. Head up for you. Oh, popped him off right there. Oh, you got him anyway. That was great network. I don't know if this fish knew that he had popped off. He popped off right at the net. That was impressive netting, Tom. He's a brown trout wrangler. That was team catching. That is team fishing right there. Good stuff. You can see, if you look upstream, there's a current seam here, and it's nice clear water, glassy water on the edge, and it's got a cut right in that seam. And it's a conflicting current. What happens is those fish get in there and they stack on that stuff. It slows the water down, there's a little tension underneath it, and they hang right in there. They don't have to fin much, they just keep themselves balanced. And food comes right down that fast water, right to them, and that's what they're eating. We're using a little double fly tandem like we normally do when we nymph. We have a San Juan worm up top with a little bead, and we've got a small size 18 blue-wing olive, which is what that brown trout grabbed. And you can see here, the gape on this thing opened up. I'll show you that against my jacket. The gape opened up. That's why he popped off at the end, because that was a big fish for a little bug. But just a quick 2-fly tandem, a little bit of weight ahead of it, using the indicator like we normally do when we nymph, and run it down there. Make those bugs look like food, and they'll eat it. Now that fish is up a little bit higher on that seam.
Yeah, but they're all through there. I'll catch a lot of them right in there.
There you go. Right in there?
Yeah.
Tom has a remote control button. He presses it when he wants fish. Says I catch them right in through there. Wildlife button. There it is, right? There's your fish.
Early season is probably one of the most underfished times of the year. The fish are hungry. A lot of different opportunities here. I'd say all of our rivers are fishable at one time or another, and because of where we're situated, we've always got a great place to go fishing.
This is almost a carbon copy of that last fish. Wow. That guy is pretty. You see the colors? I mean, look at him. The browns will get that real gold. This fish has a real silver tint to it. Kind of reminiscent of those sea run fish, you know, where they have that silver to them.
All right, get another one.
Get another one, just another brown. Where does he go? 16 and a half?
Yeah.
Yeah? Jeez. That is 3 or 4 casts in a row, Tom.
They're eating.
I'd say they're eating. This is, it's kind of silly, to be honest with you. We cleared the whitefish out, got those out of the way early, and now all the trout are on the feed. Not the same size.
Fun though.
Yeah, fun, great. I mean, that's 4 casts, 4 fish right on top of each other, and we just hit the bottom of this hole. So we're gonna keep going. I don't think it just turned 11 o'clock. We got a ton of fish to the boat. Don't go away. We'll be right back. This is you're right. This is a good hole. This is.
Yeah.
I can see how this hole would make a day. This stretch of the Beeve has a lot of brown trout in it. What happens is when you have a river that gets warmer in the summer months or during low water years, the rainbows tend to move out. They try to find cooler water. And since the beaverhead